What's up? What's up, y'all? Prince Sports for raw, uncut, straight out the bag. Pack it up, chip it out. Unbiased, objective, subjective talk. No fanboys, fanboyism when you hear me talk. All you hear me talk is just facts. And by the same criteria that I always go by. Everybody could get it. Anybody could get it. I don't care what you are or who you are. You could get it, you know. And I do have some fanboys on my page, but you know what? My channel is for everybody because it's objective and subjective. But if I see a fanboy, I'm going to call a fanboy out. But nevertheless, check this out. Just Prince TV for hip hop. Okay. I'm about to, talk about some stuff later, man, about that. That channel only came around a couple months ago, and a lot of people embrace it. A lot of people like it. They like the hip hop talk. They like the other topics, and shout out to everybody, man. It's a whole new vibe over there, a different audience. We're allowed to be raw and uncut on that one even more. This channel is a little bit PG-13 because you have kids watching, and sometimes my kids watch it. So cursing is like, I try to limit the amount of curses that we could get here on this channel, but nevertheless, you still could speak like a real one, so to speak, barbershop talk style. But anyway, who's in more trouble tonight? Who is in more trouble tonight? Well, tonight and the day after. You got Kawhi Leonard facing elimination in the Game 6. You got LeBron James tonight chasing elimination. This is LeBron James' last chance, okay, to embark or mark something, add on to his resume, okay? If he's all these names you guys say he is, a top 5 player shouldn't be going out the way he went out in Game 5. And he shouldn't be going out that same way tonight in Game 6, okay? Even if they lose, I suspect a Hercules performance from LeBron James, okay? Michael Jordan scored 63 against the Boston Celtics. They lost that game. But you know what people remember more? They remember that 63 more than the Celtics won the game. Is because you had one guy that was so determined to try to put his team above. Sometimes greatness and rememberable things can never be forgotten, rather it's in loss or not. Some of the greatest performance by basketball players came at losses. LeBron James versus Paul Pierce, Game 7, 2008. LeBron lost, but it went down to the wire. They was competing, right? So this is what we need from LeBron James tonight. You got to step up like an alpha and play like an alpha. No AD. You're going to have to see it go down tonight. So this is going to embark on big time history tonight. Because if you are who you say you are, you got to produce. This is playoff time. You got to produce. There's no excuses. All right. Even if your team don't follow, you got to make them follow. That's just how it goes. There's no but ifs about it. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no ages. I don't want to hear no narratives being pushed. If you playing like trash, there ain't no narrative being pushed, dog. You just playing like trash. It's a simple fact. We don't need narratives to say somebody's playing like trash. Averaging 20.7 points in this series, shooting 40% from the field is not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all for a superstar player, period. But with that being said, Kawhi Leonard is now the laughing stock of the internet with that airball three-pointer. People calling him a choke job with that airball three-pointer. So both of them got a lot to prove within these next few days. There's always a new challenge, and that's the new challenge that those guys have to prove. So we have to see that, and we have to see what's going on with that. But man, who's in more trouble, LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard? That's a good question, man. That's a good question I want to talk about. Let's start off with LeBron James. Okay, he won the championship, all right, last year. And if he don't win the championship this year, it'd be almost a similar situation that he was in Cleveland, you know? But the fact that he got one championship for the Lakers is less pressure than what Kawhi Leonard is facing. Kawhi Leonard didn't bring one championship to the Clippers yet. So it's not like they're both sitting on the championship, you know. If you bring one championship to a franchise, because winning a championship is hard. It's not easy. You know, that's somewhat successful. If you can hang up one banner, you know, then no banners is better than zero. You know, one is better than zero. One will always be better than zero. You know, that's like having money. Having zero money is better than having, you know, 100. Less is not better than having $100 or $1,000. You know, I'd rather have $1,000 than zero. I'd rather have 100 than zero. Hell, I'd rather have $1 than zero. Okay, even if it was $1 to my name, I'd rather have that dollar than zero. You know. What's up, Z? You got your pillow and everything ready for your Floyd Mayweather fight in less than 2 days or so, you know? So basically, LeBron James, you know, he has the pressure on him. You know, I think it's clear now that it's clear cut to a lot of people. You got to be a fanboy to think LeBron James is still the best player in basketball. I mean, it's evident that he's not the best player in basketball right now. All right. If we're going by right now, LeBron James is not the best player in basketball. And we could take that hype and that narrative off. That is a hype and narrative because you're used to saying it. All right. So salute G Money. That is hype. And the way we diffuse that is with facts. The way we diffuse that is actually watching the games. And the way LeBron can diffuse that is to go out there and perform. LeBron got one more game to perform like a real top dog. One more game. This is it for him. It's win or go home. That's what LeBron said. So you know it's win or go home. The way you was hitting those threes when you was up, the Suns was up by 30, you should come out the gate doing that. You got to put your foot on their neck out the gate. No playing around, you know? Yeah, Joker, he looks to eliminate Dame Time, but guess what? Dame Time put on a classic performance. That 55-point performance, win or lose, I don't care. It's one of the best performances you can see from an individual player. Best shooting performance. One of the best shooting performances in playoff history. And it's so messed up that the NBA had to put this on the same time with another game because a lot of people didn't get to see it. You know, Dame gave it all, his all. He left it out there on a basketball court. And that's all you can ask for with your star player. That's all you can ask for. You can't shame somebody for going out there playing hard. You know. Really? Well, this is a pro fighter against a non-pro fighter. So somebody should get knocked out. And the guy that should get knocked out is Logan Paul. Period. Well, okay, here's the thing about that losing in the first round stuff. If LeBron didn't play in the East, he would have lost in the first round many times. Competition does matter too. If the Spurs was in the same conference with the LeBron in the Eastern Conference, you think LeBron would get past the Spurs in the first round? No, he would have got taken out. So you got to put that in context, okay? It's who you go up against, you know, because when LeBron faced against top competition, he got knocked out and swept too. Keep in mind, he got swept in the finals multiple times because those teams were the team. So whenever you're facing a almighty great team, you're going to get knocked out, you know. Nobody said LeBron doing it alone at his prime, but you still got to go out there and perform like the best player you're supposed to be. See, this is the thing that you guys don't get. You keep acting like we say LeBron's supposed to win a game by himself. Basketball is a team sport. I'm talking about a guy, a superstar playing like a superstar, what he is not. Go out there and perform like a superstar. What? How hard is that to understand? Just go out there and leave it all out there on the field. LeBron James didn't care about Game 5. He was sitting there doing fits. Is that how you want your star player to be playing? You know, you want your star player to go out there and give it his all. That's all we asking for. I'm not asking for LeBron James to win a game by himself. That'd be ludicrous and retarded. You know. Okay, you had the Suns in 6. Oh, you think AD's playing tonight? I don't know. I mean, I think it's from reports it says based on the doctors. But even if AD don't play tonight, LeBron, you can't hide behind AD. Just play good yourself. You know. You know. Well, the NBA may not have nothing to may can't do nothing about it, man. You know. If a team is just playing better, NBA can't make LeBron James play good. That's on him. I can't make LeBron James commit turnovers. Okay, I'm just calling what I see. You know, he got to go out there and perform. There ain't no amount of organized or calls that can make you play good. Either you got it or you don't. Yes, he did. He played all of that in Game 5. But when we call people out, oh, you know, you're just hating, you know, you could tell when somebody don't care and they look like they don't want to be there. And this is way too many times. This is not the first time that LeBron James played basketball and looked like he didn't care. You know, he was out there on the playing field, you know. And the second guy in this conversation is Kawhi Leonard. Y'all think Kawhi Leonard got a lot to lose by the Dallas Mavericks? Well, this would be Dallas Mavericks beat Kawhi Leonard, this would give credence to people who say if Kristaps Porzingis was healthy, the Mavericks would have beat the Clippers. You know, so Kawhi Leonard has a lot of pressure on his shoulders because last time we saw you in the playoffs, you guys blown a 3-1 lead, and now you tell me you're gonna lose to the Dallas Mavericks, a team that you beat last season. You know, it's going to be shaky for him. So, will he have a lot to lose? Yeah, you know. Well, hey, I don't want to hear that 36 excuse because if LeBron James was playing at a high level, you would say he's the best player in basketball. If LeBron James is playing at a high level, you would have said, look what he's doing at age 36. He's the GOAT. He's the best. So if you're going to judge him by those criteria, you got to keep it real and judge it by these same criteria too. Age ain't nothing but a number right now because LeBron supposedly was runner-up for MVP. LeBron was supposedly the best player in basketball. When you get those type of titles around you, you're going to have to be judged by a high standard. You didn't say LeBron James was 36 years old when he was an MVP candidate, did you? All right, then. Terrence Mann should have gone for that layup. He had a wide open layup. What the hell was he doing passing the ball to Batum when two guys was on Batum? What do you think Batum was going to do? He was going to have a hard time scoring. That was a bad play by Terrence Mann. You know, the Clippers got bad coaching woes, you know. But y'all saw the way Rajon Rondo was looking at Kawhi Leonard. He looked at Kawhi Leonard like he was going to kill him. He gave him the Mamba stare, you know. When it comes down to seconds left in the game, all you got to do is heave up a shot, you know. It is what it is. He had a guy draped over him. It was a difficult shot to make, you know. That was pretty much game over anyway. The chances of making that shot would have been luck. More luck than skill. You know. Hey, man, it's good to keep that faith, you know. Good to keep that faith. We're going to see what LeBron is made of tonight. Let's see if LeBron is going to go out like a true G or win a game, you know. Either way, he got to perform good tonight. Win or lose, LeBron James has to perform good tonight. No excuses. I don't want to hear that he's 36 years old. Miss me with that. Because you weren't saying that when he was playing good. That's a narrative thing because you're going to switch that around. If age 36 or being old was something that mattered, it would have mattered when he was playing good. Yeah, Kawhi should have guarded Luka. Luka's the best player on the floor. If Luka is the best player on the floor and he could get whatever he want, he dropping buckets, they're going to lose. Whenever Luka goes off for like a 42 game, they're going to lose. Okay? You can't let Luka be out there giving people the business. You know? I don't know what Chris Mann was doing. Man, make that damn layup. Yeah, Hardaway had a better game. And Hardaway's an X factor. If Hardaway's having a real good game, man, Kawhi, you got to do something. Kawhi has a lot of pressure. You know, I may say the more pressure is on Kawhi, just for the simple fact that the Lakers got a championship last season. Yeah, I met Terrence. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, Costas. You know, so I guess this wasn't really mainly towards you. This was towards the fanboys that keep saying LeBron is this, LeBron's that. You know, how could he be all these things you say he is, but if he's not performing at a certain level, you got an excuse planted in for it. That don't make sense. So if LeBron's playing at a high level, he's the greatest of all time, right? But if he's playing at a low level, it's because he's age 36. That sounds like an excuse. Which one is it? Is he the best player in the game today, or is he not? If he's the best player in the game today, I got to judge him by best player standards. If you say he wasn't the best player, him performing the way he performed, I wouldn't say nothing about it. I will judge whoever you guys are calling the best player in basketball. You know, last time I checked, LeBron is more called the best player in basketball than a Kevin Durant, than a Kawhi Leonard. LeBron got to play like an alpha. He has to. You know, that's what playoff basketball comes down to. It's a team game, but it's also a superstar-driven game. The NBA has made it a superstar-driven game where key possessions are always in the star's hand. If LeBron James is ball dominant, do the math. He has the ball in his hand, so he's responsible for a lot of things that take place on the basketball court, right? Whether it's good or bad. That's for any superstar player. Yes, I will be. Well, you know I've got to watch that Lakers and Suns game today. It's going to be big. This is a do or die game. Yep. LeBron needed to have that same energy from the jump. Angry face game from the jump, if he still has it. You know, I heard guys like Shannon Sharp saying, well, I don't know if LeBron has the hunger to play basketball no more. If that's the case, then don't play basketball no more. Why cheat yourself? If you don't have a passion to do something, why are you doing it? You know? I got people around me that tell me they lose passion for something. And the first thing I tell them is, hey, take a break. Go and do something else if you lose passion for something. You know? But don't make it bad for yourself and others around you if you don't have a passion for something. If you ain't gonna take something serious, dog, then why are you here? Yeah, I think so too, you know. Maybe so. No, but if game five was going to turn out the way it was going to turn out, I don't know. You know, I can't say that. If Anthony Davis played, would game five turn out the way it turned out? Who knows? You know, I can tell you this one thing though. Anthony Davis was dominant. When Anthony Davis was dropping 35 and 10, Lakers won way more easily because he was playing like the alpha. LeBron was a sidekick. They had the perfect team. They had the perfect duo, and they had a good team. Now you bump LeBron James up, and he ain't an alpha no more. He can't play like an alpha no more. If he can't do it tonight, they're gonna be in trouble. You know. But technically, LeBron should be able to beat the Phoenix Suns without AD because he's the best player in the world playing with a bunch of guys that average double digits. And you're playing against a team like the Phoenix Suns that they don't have a top 5 player. They don't have anybody in the top anything. You know, one of your best players is an aging point guard in Chris Paul. You know. But what happens to the Clippers, man? If the Clippers lose to this Dallas Mavericks team, do you blow them up? You know? Kawhi Leonard still may have his bags packed, looking to go to Miami. You know? Kawhi should bounce. If Kawhi does bounce, Miami would be the perfect team for him, or the Knicks. Miami or the Knicks. But Kawhi Leonard with Jimmy Butler could fall in as a number 2. Kawhi comes in as a number 1. And built more power in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. Yeah, he is, man. He gonna buy first class tickets with G Money. He gonna be right there on the plane with you out. Pretty soon he gonna go fishing. Kawhi want to go on a vacation. Yeah, you can make a case. You know, you could definitely make a case of that. You know, them Capri Suns, man, they starting to grow up. Those that. You know, I may have to stop calling them the Capri Suns if they keep growing up like that. But you got to take your hat off to Devin Booker. You know, shout out to Devin Booker because we penalize guys so much for joining super teams and collaborating with this guy and that guy. Devin Booker staying with the same franchise. And the same franchise is now in the playoffs. He took his bruises and bumps, and he's earning basketball wins the right way, the respectable way, without forming a super team. You got to take your hat off to the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Suns organization. You got to pick contents to stuff. You know, you guys sit there and say, oh, you know, all great players have to have a good player next to them. Yeah, but they don't have to have multiple. Okay. And they don't have to go from team to team recruiting people. It's completely different. This is modern NBA. Stop comparing modern NBA to the 60s and 70s. The rules aren't the same. You know, pretty soon the 90s won't be modern NBA because I think after this decade, modern NBA will be the 2000 and up. Some of you may think from the 2000s to now is modern NBA. But once this decade is over with, that means three decades or so went past since the 90s. The 90s won't be part of modern NBA anymore. 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. That's 3 decades of basketball when the game has changed big time. So modern NBA will officially be, it constantly changes. Modern NBA will officially be 2000 to now. Yeah, I prefer Kawhi to go to the Knicks too, for obvious reasons. But shout out to my Knicks, man. We made the playoffs. We got bounced out the first round, but you know what? We weren't a championship contending team. It was just good to see that energy and that vibe that only New York could bring. You know. Well, that also was a couple years back, Tay Davis. That was a decade ago. That game you talking about, the Mad Face game, that was a decade ago. That was 10 years ago. Think about that. That was literally 10 years ago. No. But man, shout out to Z, because Z is going to go and watch Floyd Mayweather and all them guys. Yeah, 2012 is 10 years ago, basically, from now. Oh, it will be 10 years, because 2022 make it 10 years. My fault. No, but it's almost 10 years ago. So you can see how long that is? That's basically 9 years ago, basically. 9 years is a long time for difference. We change every month, every year. So 9 years is a long time. That LeBron is not the same LeBron that you see now. So he's going to have to try to redig something up. Try to go into a time machine or something if he can. But Father Time is undefeated. A couple things you cannot escape in life is getting old, taxes, and a couple other stuff. But those two things will always come knocking on your shoulder. You can't escape getting old. It's going to happen. So Nets in 7 over the Bucks. I got Nets in 6. I think the Nets beat this team in 6. If James Harden's playing the way he's playing, I think it's going to be hard. Keep in mind the Bucks beat the Nets without James Harden, and it's going to be a little different. That super team effect will take more of a big effect. Oh, we got somebody that say Bucks in 7. Okay. And the Bucks we trust. Hold on for a minute. That's officially one of them bottles. All right. So I think most of you guys think that Kawhi Leonard is under most pressure than LeBron James, right? Floyd 6th or 5th round knockout. Yeah, man, that depends on how long he prolongs the fight. That's all on Floyd. The fight will last as long as Mr. Floyd Mayweather allow it to last. Because it's a novelty, celebrity gimmick boxing match, which is sad. Oh, it's an 8-round fight? Man, even more of a crazy thing. I feel sorry for people paying money for that. Sure, about last night. I don't know if he was even watching the game last night, man. That's a good question. Was Hoop Facts watching the game last night? Wow. Look what boxing come to. The undercard is Chad Ochocinco fighting. You should just call this celebrity boxing. Why not? Did you just throw Kwame Brown on there? Kwame Brown versus Matt Barnes. Book that fight. Stephen A. Smith versus Skip Bayless. Throw that fight on there. Wow, you spent $400 on a ticket to watch Floyd Mayweather? I can't say it's a waste of money because that's subjective. That's to the eye of the beholder. But to me, I wouldn't spend that to watch Floyd fight, especially Logan Paul. That's more than watching the pay-per-view. I'd rather spend, if I'm going to watch Floyd fight Logan Paul, I'd rather spend $50 on the fight than $400 and watch it from the comfort of my own home with a box of pizza than watch some guy fight a non-competitor, you know? But that's just me. You know, maybe your situation is different. Maybe you wanted to get out the house and enjoy yourself. You're a young man, you wanted to have a good time. You know, you just want to, you know, that's a good way to spend your money than doing, you know, other crazy stuff. So, you know, you're gonna spend your money in sports, support the sport, you know, salute to you, you know. Okay. I mean, hey, to each his own, man. If that's money spent, you want to make a memory of Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, that hey, I will probably, I don't even know if I'll pay for that to watch Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. You know, I might, if I had a choice to, let's say that fight was here in California, you know, I may, because I know I could take my wife to go and watch it. I know and she would definitely watch that because Manny's in it. You know, she'll support the Philippines. I would probably do it for something like that. But that's a pro fight. That's a real boxing fight. I don't know if I would waste $400 on a fake boxing fight, like a celebrity boxing fight. You know, like would you pay $400 to watch Kwame Brown versus Matt Barnes? Would you waste money on that in a boxing fight if you had the option? No. Or how about 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather? Would you pay money? Would you pay $400 to watch that? I'm kind of curious. Would you pay $400 to sit in the front seat to watch Floyd Mayweather? $400 to $500 to see Floyd Mayweather versus 50 Cent? I don't know. Kwame Brown versus Stephen A. Smith. That fight be over in a quick second. You know, I know I won't. Here's the dang, man. Some fights like that, I just order it on pay-per-view for $20, something like that. Hmm. Oh, you would? You would pay 400 to $500 to see Matt Barnes versus Kwame Brown on a boxing fight? To each his own, man. I'd rather take that $400 and I would have bought a video game system with it rather than watch Floyd Mayweather fight. But that's just me. We would never see that, man. Mike Tyson is a heavyweight. Floyd Mayweather's not a heavyweight. You can't weight divisions. Boxing has weight divisions. You can't pit a welterweight against a heavyweight. That would never happen. Oh, okay. That is if AD plays. You will pay Floyd versus 50. You know, that fight would be intriguing. I think I will order that. I may order that, but I won't pay money for it. I definitely won't pay money for it. No. He said better buy Bitcoin. He'd rather buy Bitcoin for it. You know, that fight never going to happen. You're never going to see a Floyd versus Muhammad Ali or nothing like that. You know, well, I mean, for obvious reasons, but even if it was, it would have never happened. Even if they was fighting in the same era. Yo, you know what? Imagine if you got the real golden age of sports, where every sport had the best or the most known guys in their sport all playing at the same time. Imagine LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant all played in the same era at the same time. Who would be getting what? Who would be the most famous? Imagine Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, or let's say Sugar Ray Robinson all played in the same era or boxed in the same era. Imagine Tom Brady, Joe Montana, in the same era. Okay? Imagine all of that, the same era. You know, yo, that'd be crazy. That'd probably be arguably the best sports era you could possibly get. You won't take your eyes off the screen. You will watch every boxing fight. You will watch. Imagine Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather in the same era. They would never fight each other, but two shit talkers in the same era. You know, boxing would be at an ultimate high. Who would get more? Who would get more of the spotlight? Who would steal more of the spotlight more? You know, I think so too. Because I mean, Jordan was one of a kind. His playing style was very unique. You know. Oh man, dude, I'm not watching no Jake Paul, no Paul brother fights at all. These guys want to be boxers, but I do take their hat off for trying to be boxers. But just imagine all of that. Imagine if everybody was in their prime playing in the same respective sport. Man, sports would be awesome. Sports would be awesome. You know, imagine Jackie Robinson, Babe Ruth in the same era with Barry Bonds, all these guys in the same era, you know? Now I think a couple people are going to watch this YouTube boxing fight, you know? Yeah, yeah, AK, you know, yeah, see, AK is the same way. I'm not paying money for that. No, but the thing is, AK, Zach spent $400 on a ticket to go watch Floyd Mayweather. Man, I wouldn't pay. I don't know if I pay $200 to watch Floyd fight because he's facing Logan Paul. If it was somebody big, like a pro boxer, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, to each his own. Everybody going to spend their money differently. You know, everybody has different ways of spending their money, but that's why they get things like pay-per-view. I will order Floyd versus 50 Cent. I will order that because 50 Cent from Queens, and I will support another guy from Queens. But I ain't paying money for it, you know. Yes. Now I would pay money for that. Is Floyd versus Pacquiao? I pay money to watch that live. I will watch that live. You know, who would prevail if Tom Brady was going up against Joe Montana or some of the greats from the past? Imagine having a Super Bowl, Tom Brady versus Joe Montana. Then you could really say who's the GOAT. You know? Imagine an NBA Finals, Kobe versus Jordan. And imagine everybody played the same. You know, the same era. Imagine an NBA Finals, you know, LeBron versus Kobe. All these guys, all these well-known players, you know, take every basketball player and dome him in the same, you know, NBA would be tight. NBA would be hot if everybody played in the same era. It's impossible because you can't have that, you know, but just imagine the quality basketball you would have got. Every game would have had a big-time superstar playing on it, you know? Every game would have been tight. Every game would have been hot. You know? You'd have got Oscar Robertson versus Russell Westbrook. Imagine all of that. Yeah, that could have happened. You know, that could have happened. Could have been Lakers versus the Bulls in the 1998 finals. Would have been something to watch. Lakers, man, a lot of people still wondering how the Lakers lost. You had a young Kobe, but you had Eddie Jones, you had Nick Van Axel, you had Shaq, you had so much depth, and you guys couldn't get past the Jazz. The Jazz was the real deal, man. The Jazz was a good team. You know, they were technically better than the Bulls on paper. Yeah, I think the 76ers beat the Hawks even without Joe Embiid. At least most games without Joe Embiid. But the Sixers in trouble. That's why I told you I'm not a believer in the Sixers, because they're injury prone too. They ain't going to beat the Nets. The only challenge for the Nets is the Milwaukee Bucks. If they don't get a challenge out the Milwaukee Bucks, the next round is going to be easy for them. Okay, they're not going to get a challenge out of Atlanta or the 76ers. All those, that injury prone 76ers team. Yeah, see, that's another thing. See, they got to put some stuff like that in context. You know, got to put stuff like that in context. Now, I'm glad you brought that record up, because, you know, a lot of LeBron fans like to use those records as, oh, he's better. So that means you're saying Kawhi Leonard's better than LeBron, because Kawhi Leonard got a winning record over LeBron, you know. But these same LeBron fans will say different, you know. You can't, you do the same thing for LeBron and Kobe. LeBron got a winning record over Kobe. That doesn't mean he was better, though. Does that mean he really was better? Because he would have lost 3 years in a row to LeBron in the finals, if you ask me. But that's just me. You can't use that as your criteria to say LeBron's better than Kobe. Is that matchup? You know, it don't really, it don't cut the water. No, it wouldn't have gone 7 games, because if they couldn't beat the Utah Jazz, I was gonna go 7 games with the Bulls. Yes, it can. You want to see Floyd face Canelo, the processor. Canelo is the Latino version of Floyd Mayweather. He picks his own fights. He has his own team, you know, that gives him fights. He is the Floyd Mayweather of this generation. And this is why some people don't respect Canelo, because they know he handpicks fights. You know, he out there cherry picking. So yeah, man. So that's just how the cookie crumbles today, man. We got a big game today. You know, he stole Floyd's moves, his style a little bit. You know, yeah. I mean, one day you're gonna get with me is honest opinion. Okay, my opinion is not streaming from anything. I just call it like I see it. You know, if you disagree, then you disagree with it. But you could tell you might just be a LeBron fanboy if you come to his defense on everything, but then claim to say, hey, you know what? I call him out sometimes, but you don't. That's not a objective person. You know, that's the person that really is a LeBron fanboy. If you got to come to his defense every single time, because nobody walking this earth is perfect. You know, not LeBron, not Mike, not Floyd Mayweather. Everybody got flaws. Everybody brings something different to the game. You know. Oh yeah, Tay. I know you. Yo, Tay. I know you called out LeBron. You're a real Lakers fan. They ain't no LeBron fanboy in you. You know. You know, fanboys. It's like adolescence that they go through. You could be a grown man and be a fanboy. You know, there's some men out here like 40 years old that's fanboys. You know, if you reach a certain age, you should have common sense in your brain to not be a fanboy no more. Fanboy is a young man's thing. If you're 18, 20 years old, that's the average age of a fanboy. You know, you're still young, you know, but if you older, you in your late 30s and your early 40s, being a fanboy seems a bit embarrassing, you know? Yep, CB Davis, as a Laker fan, you called out LeBron, and you got to be objective, you know? Got to be objective, dog, you know? Gotta be. So you're a Harden fanboy and you 25, man. You may have a little bit growing up to do a little bit then. You know, you shouldn't be a fanboy at 25, you know, but you're still young though, you know. But I would think that if you're a fanboy while you like in your mid 30s or 40s, then you may have to be like, hey man, I may have to switch up on this. I may have to grow up. A Laker fanboy is different, you know, because you're a fanboy of the team. You're supporting the city. That's different. You know, oh, but you're a Kobe fanboy. No. Now that Kobe fanboy should come away if you're gonna, you know, get older. Yeah, because that's the rightful thing to do, you know. But Clippers and Lakers, two LA teams stuck in the same position, right? They stuck in the same position. Hold on, let me. Yes, that is true. Hold on, let me try to get this off, Tay. I don't know. I just clicked my dang off a little. Click on something too much. So yeah, man. One thing I had to do, man. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I don't like calling out YouTubers, man. You know, I just don't do it. We don't do that here, man. I don't, because it comes off as clout chasing. I'm not gonna waste my time talking about another YouTuber like a clout chaser. So, you know, if you got a problem with another YouTuber, go to his channel and explain that to him. You know, I don't know these people, so you know. That's a true thing. That's a true thing. Oh, it's all good, G. You know, it's all good, G money. But you know, I don't do that stuff here, man. You know, it's just petty stuff. Because the first thing they're gonna be saying is, "Oh, yeah, you this, you that." You know, I don't get it. I don't have no. I don't have nothing to do with that nonsense. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna talk about you because I know you don't talk about me. No, I do wish all YouTubers the best though. Okay, we're all in the same community. We're just talking sports, but you don't say nothing bad about me. I won't say nothing bad about you. It's as simple as that. You know, I just do my thing. I let everybody else do what they do. You know, because this is YouTube. I'm sure some people go to other people's channels, watch their stuff too, and that's okay. But at the same time, I'm focused on Prince Sports. I just build up my channel. That's it.
Yes, he has come to the right place. I'm from Johannesburg, the west of Johannesburg. Yes, yes.
No, because that's the problem with YouTube today. Too many clout chasers. Guys talk about other YouTubers just to get clout, but you realize they're not coming to your channel because of you. They're coming to your channel because you're talking about another YouTuber that is a little more known, which is stupid. But I digress. Stephen A. Smith is a Kobe fanboy.
worship. In the name of Jesus. Lift your hand and receive the same that is coming on his chest. Something new, something big is happening to him. Receive it. We receive this word in Jesus' name. God is about to cause this man to shine amongst his peers.
Utah could probably come out the West. That is true. You know, I said they were fool's gold for me, but I may have to take that back. You know, I still don't believe in the Utah Jazz. I think they're getting a good pass because a lot of teams are going to get hurt. A lot of guys are hurt. The Utah Jazz is still healthy. When it comes down to who's the most healthiest too, sometimes. You know what I mean? Y'all hear that African brother in the background? That's wifey, you know, listening to a guy from Africa talking about, you know, God stuff, Jesus stuff.
Right, you hear me?
Yeah, they heard you hear a little bit in the background. He had a deep voice, you know.
Yeah, this is the African guy.
He had a deep voice. He talking over me. I can't even hear, you know. Oh, who would come out the West? Probably Utah. I mean, by default, there's nobody else to pick but Utah at this point. You know, because if the Lakers aren't coming out the West, neither is the Clippers. I can tell you that much. You know, so both of those LA teams will be going. He said you have a deep voice too. Deep block. Also, man, shout out to everybody on Just Prince TV, man, for the hip hop. You know, I got a different audience over there, man. I like the way that channel is going, the direction is going, man. You know, we just hit the 300 mark, and I just started. You know, so shout out to some people, man. I mean, it all comes down to just passion and talking about what you honestly feel. You know, I do talk a lot of New York hip hop on there, but it is what it is, man, because I'm from New York. So, you know, I try to mix it up a little bit and talk about some West Coast, but I don't want to talk about something that I don't really care about talking about or I'm not interested in it. You know, I only talk about articles that I'm interested in because if I wanted to, I could talk about every single thing that the NBA brought up. But I only talk about the ones that stick out to me or the ideas that stick out to me. I hate on Jay-Z a lot. Nah, man. You know, I just call Jay-Z out on certain things, man. You know, to me, Jay-Z's not the GOAT. So if you're one of those people that believe Jay-Z is the GOAT, then obviously you're going to disagree with me. You know, Jay-Z's a good artist, though. It's just not GOAT for me. Music is objective. There's no true GOAT. There's no true GOAT really in sports. It's all subjective, okay? You know, some people sit there and talk about, prove to me that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Prove to me that there's no valid proof, like a document that say he's the GOAT, okay? It's all subjective, okay? That's all what it comes down to, you know? This is why you have debates, because it's all subjective. And I tell you, it would have been fun if all these guys played in the same era, you know, on their respective teams, you know, teams that they was like originally drafted to, you know what I'm saying? It'd be great, you know. But yo, I tell you, man, I played with Michael Jordan on NBA 2K. Yo, you can't miss a shot with Michael Jordan, man. He be layups, all that fancy stuff. I got hit like on a 3-point play on NBA 2K. still make the baskets. Beast mode. Yo, man. And that's like on it. I think they put the 86 Bulls on there. I don't know why they picked the 86 Bulls, because outside of Michael Jordan, that team was a bit suspect. You know, like Mike would say, they had them coke heads on there. Them guys, they were doing that 80s coke. They were that Scarface, man. You know. But hey, man, that game is tight, man. And that's the game I'm gonna keep for a while. I'm not gonna get NBA 2K22, you know. Oh, easy for Nas, man. Eminem's overrated for me, man. You know, talking about killing your moms and all this other stuff. I can't relate to a lot of the issues that he talked about. It's just not me. As an inner city guy that grew up in the inner city, I can't relate to all that suburb stuff that he talked about. He speaks from people that live a different lifestyle. I mean, I don't come from that walk of life. You know. What trio with Miami's? Wait, what trio would top Miami's? Ooh, man, you got to go from the other two best draft classes, 1984 and 1996. 1996 had Kobe, a bunch of players, Ray Allen, Steve Nash. My God, yo, woo, you could team up a good posse with that. But look at this 84 draft. You could go for something as simple as all different positions. John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon. Boom. All different positions, guys that play a different game, but effective in all different ways. That big three, if that happened, man, that big three would be devastating. You know, because Wade and LeBron played very similar games to a certain extent. They had to adapt to learn how to play with each other. Even though they're superstars, they still had to learn how to play because both of their games was attacking the basket. But there's a difference between John Stockton to Michael Jordan to Hakeem Olajuwon. Woo! Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, oh, yes, another one. You could swap out Stockton for Barkley. Thank you, Z Spoof. Thank you for that. Thank you. Completely forgot about that. And that's still a complete different style. Nah, man. She told you wrong, brother. She told you wrong, Z. I don't listen to no Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know where you get that from. She told you wrong. But yo, that's a good question. Z Spoof brought up a good question. You know, imagine the 96 draft class. You got Kobe and Allen Iverson play the same position though. So you had to swap something out. You got to swap something out. And Ray Allen played the same position. So, and Steve Nash was a late bloomer. So, man, who do you pick? Maybe some more players from that 96 draft class. You know, because my memory is starting to forget a little bit. I know they did a whole documentary on that 96 draft class. But you know, yeah, but see, here's the thing, Smooth. Some of them play the same position. Allen Iverson, Kobe, and Ray Allen play the same position. I don't want those guys teamed up together. I'm going to have to move Allen Iverson to the point guard. That's a good trio. But those guys weren't – okay, they're all from the same draft class? You got to take me back on that one. That'd be a good one. Because you would have had Harden as your true shooting guard. Curry as your point guard. Curry was a late bloomer though. Blake Griffin was a superstar out, all-star out the gate. Harden would have been a late bloomer too. But I'm trying to think of a good trio for the 96. Kobe or B1. Okay. Kobe, you had to pick Kobe on it. All right. But, you know. Right. That's a good draft class. But that has some late bloomers. You know. Damn, 96. You probably have to pick Kobe and Iverson, but they will have to figure out some way to make that work. Iverson will have to be your point guard. And Kobe will have to be your two guard because he's taller. So you would have to probably put Kobe and Iverson on the same team. Stephon Marbury's a point guard. But ball dominant point guard. He's from that draft class too. Oh man. Woo. It's hard, man. You could go for Stephon Marbury, Kobe. Stephon Marbury flamed out a little quick though. But let's just say Kobe, Stephon Marbury. Maybe you could go for that, yeah. You know. Too many shooting guards. A lot of good shooting guards that come out that draft class, but you can't pick them all on the same team. That'll be a great scoring duo. Jermaine O'Neal was an all-star for a hot minute. So Iverson, Kobe, Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal being the third fiddle, but he was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying?
So this is one when I took my cosplay, which jokes I have, that's but I have so much pictures, but I didn't have so much.
Tay Davis, you can now get into the link because I was waiting for more people to come. If you're still there. But yo, y'all already know what it is. The man himself, Hoop Facts. Oh, Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker was a good player too. Him, Kobe, Antoine Walker, Kobe, and Iverson would be a great duo. That 96 draft class was sick.
Yo, listen, man, Tate Davis, that nigga P lying to you. That nigga ain't want to speak to you. That's what it is.
Well, what happened?
I said, Davis P lying to you. That nigga ain't want to speak to you. That's what it is.
Nah. We all good, Tate.
Yo,
I wanted him to come on when you was on. You know?
Yo, the Clippers got me mad as a motherfucker, man.
Yo,
these niggas had the game, bro.
Why didn't he go for the layup, bro? Why you passing the ball to Nicholas Batum?
Bro, not even that, bro. Like they had the game so many times, bro.
Hey,
like,
salute everybody. Hey, what's going on?
Like,
salute Prince. Salute Who's Facts. How's everybody doing?
What up? Bro, like they had it so many times to fucking win. I'm like,
the Clippers should have won that game.
Playing around, bro. What the fuck are they doing, bro? Like, it's like,
but to me, what killed you? Remember when the Clippers were up 6, but you gave up a 27-5 run to go down 16? That pretty much was, you know, a killer right there. And also,
bro, and they came back twice, yo, bro. And they came back and cut it.
They came back twice, but the execution down the stretch was not very great. Like if you're Terrence Mann, you gotta go for that layup, man. If you're Terrence Mann, why you pass the ball?
But I'm not even gonna blame it on him, bro. I'm blaming it on Kawhi because I mean, like at the end of the day, like he should have got some calls, but still, bro, just keep attacking, bro.
He was not aggressive. He fell for too many threes. Seven threes.
Nah, bro. Like he was aggressive. He kept attacking, bro. I see plenty of times, like especially in the first half, he was attacking and they was grabbing him, and the rest wasn't calling shit, bro.
That's true. That's a good call. He was fouled though, like that one.
And it was turnover, bro.
Yeah,
bro. Like it was a lot of fouls that they was not giving the Clippers, and we got a home court. Like clearly on camera, This nigga is getting fouled in the hat, bro, and it's causing us to turn over the fucking ball, and we get
That
no
and
calls.
also the fact that you couldn't stop Luka Doncic because Luka was going to the basket too. If you watch the game, he was doing more of the floater game, and then he did the step back three. And also, even though Tim Hardaway did not shoot great last night, he did hit some big shots for them too. You gotta be honest,
bro. But it's like when Kawhi Leonard is on Luka, Kawhi Leonard, like he don't score on Kawhi Leonard, bro. Like he always got to get a screen. Every time he see Kawhi on him, he get a screen. So it's hard for Kawhi to guard him. Like people keep saying, go over the pick, go over. It's not that easy to hurry up and go over the fucking pick and to recover on somebody like that. That's not that easy, bro. So that's why, you know, people keep switching because, yo, listen, like, time out, bro. Like when Kawhi get the ball, he don't fucking call for no pick on nobody. He just go. So while Luka always calling for a pick when he see Kawhi, go at him. You know, and you got the fucking media saying Kawhi needs to guard Luka. Bro, he go and guard Luka, and Luka get a pick every fucking time, bro.
That is a good point, though.
And if he don't get a pick, he don't score. So I don't understand, like, what the fuck is Kawhi supposed to do? That's why they got pick and roll in basketball, to get a defender off you.
But another thing that killed you guys, Rondo, to me, had no impact. Why was he jacking up threes? Like, he was taking way too many threes. Like,
I can't even put it on Rondo because, I mean, he did that the game before and it worked out. You feel me? So
yeah, but that was game 4. We're talking about game 5. And also, another thing, too, that killed you guys, you just could not stop the perimeter. I told you. I said at some point the Mavs were going to hit threes at some point. I told you.
What about Luka going off of 42 though? I mean,
42 and 14 assists.
Somebody had to say, "Hey, we can't let this guy run amok and get all these."
And 14 assists, like,
bro, like, don't get me wrong. Like when Kawhi and PG was on him, they play excellent defense. But every time they get physical and strip the ball, it's a foul. Foul. Every time is a fucking foul, bro. So you can't really guard him. Like I see plenty of times Luka got into the lane and got stripped.
At least he contained him in the fourth quarter a little bit. He wasn't up for 8, so he contained him a little bit in the fourth.
And that's the thing. I understand. Like I see when the Clippers really want to guard him, I see, all right, they lock him the fuck up.
They did lock him up. It's just that
in his whole series, every fucking fourth quarter, they lock him the fuck up.
And also, the Clippers did a good job with their defense, but the problem was there was bad with turnovers. Remember, the Mavericks went through almost a whole quarter, scoring like 6 points. They were up by 16 in the fourth quarter, but you had turnovers and stuff. If you would just handle the basketball, you might have had a better position. So, yeah.
I know, that was some dumb shit, man. But,
yeah, man.
You know, like all this Luka Doncic shit, the Clippers let him score for 3 quarters. Then they
contained him in the fourth. They shut him down in the fourth.
For every game, but I don't know why the media is not saying this.
They don't watch games, bro. They don't know basketball.
Bro, when Kawhi Leonard is on Luka looks average, bro. And every time he get locked up, it's always a bailout call. I know you see that shit, G.
I watched the game, man.
Yo, bro, like Paul George ain't get no calls.
That's true. He got fouled a few times. That's true.
Yo, no call. In one, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, they want the shit to go 7, bro, for ratings.
But at the same time, man, I did pick the Clippers to win Game 5. I was emphatically wrong. But you gotta give the Mavs some credit. Give the Mavs some credit, though. Like, you can give them credit, right? The Mavs did make good plays before, like Porzingis hit the big 3 to pull him up 10. Vinny Smith had the good defensive stop on Kawhi. And also, Luka with the floater game, it was working for him most of the night. And even Tim Hardaway hit some big shots, though.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all realize a lot of these sport analysts don't watch these games. You know,
they don't watch games. They're lazy.
They just go by the stats, then they make their own narrative from it.
You watch the highlights. Oh, Luka,
you gotta watch the full game. And I always say stats don't tell the story. You gotta watch the full game. And look, if you watch the whole game, Luka was killing it in the first 3 quarters, but the fourth quarter they were being more physical with him. It's just that the other Mavericks were doing their part, though, and that's why, you know, they brought the game home. Again, Game 6 will be tough. If you're Dallas, you want to come up with the right mentality. You don't want to go back for a Game 7. So if you're the Clippers, if you're the LA Clippers, you just got to learn to limit turnovers.
7 games, though.
You still think 7? I think it's over in 6, but it could go 7. I say it's over tomorrow, but they can very well go to a game 7 because this series is so unpredictable because the road team wins everywhere. This could be the first series in NBA history that the road team wins every game and where it goes. It could be.
Yeah, this is something.
Bro, from what I saw, from what I saw yesterday, they want like the NBA won a game 7, bro. Because there's no fucking way you officiate a game like that. I mean, like especially at home.
A little bit of that, but it's also the mask. The game was fishy a little bit, but it's also the fact that I felt the Clippers did not come out with the right killer mentality, and the Mavericks played well. Again, the Clippers did battle the way back after being down 16 in the fourth quarter within a point. But like I said, missed free throws, turnovers, missed calls too. Pretty much cost you the game, and that's what it boils down to. I don't blame the referees because you guys still play through it. You still got to get it done. But at the same time, I see where you're coming from. Who's facts?
I mean, bro, like the refs, they do control the game. Because if I got my best player attacking the paint and he's being fouled to the point where he's turning over the ball and there's nothing and there's no foul call, how you going to expect him to attack the paint again?
That is a good point, though. That is kind of a good point because
like,
if you're getting hacked, you get probably set for jump shots. Now if you're getting hacked and not getting calls,
like that controls, bro. Because like if you're a top 5 player, bro, and it's the playoffs, if you're attacking a rim aggressively, bro, like if you're getting fouled, bro, you're supposed to get calls sometime. I don't think you get it all the time, but we clearly see we being hacked to the point where we turning over the ball, bro, and we see it on the replay and everything.
Some of these were fouls, though. But would you have made the free throws? We don't know for sure, but
but like even without making the free throws, but all right, bet like we know. I mean, like, but they will play us differently, and our players will continue to still attack.
And I agree. Great. And also, Ty Lue, you got to play DeMarcus Cousins at some point. You need a big body at some point.
Yeah.
Like, if you're Ty Lue, what was the point getting Boogie if you're not going to play the guy? It doesn't make any sort of sense. And I don't like the way they've used Rondo sometimes. Like, I got to be fair with Rondo. His minutes are decreased. And it forced him to become a three-point shooter. What the hell? I know you hit them in game 4, but at some point, you got to let Rondo be the primary ball handler, get guys involved in offense. That's what I'm saying. And that's why they're down 3-2. Again, it's not over. The series is not over. I think it's going to be a close game 6. If I have to bet my money, and again, I could be emphatically wrong, I'm going with the Mavericks to win game 6 because I just have a weird feeling this will be a game in which Luka's going to do his thing. I have a feeling Porzingis will have a big game. I have a real feeling he's going to have a big game tomorrow.
I don't know. Honestly, I think they're going to lock Luka up tomorrow. I mean, like, I don't know, man. If, like, the Clippers could play defense, like how they play defense in the fourth quarter,
they'll be fine. Their defense was tough in the fourth quarter. I got to be fair. Their defense was great in the fourth.
And it's been like this for every game. Luka in the fourth quarter, I don't think he even had over 3 points in all the games.
True, he has not played well in fourth quarters, though. That is true, though. You made some good points because in the fourth quarter, he was 1 for 8 in the fourth quarter, had 2 points.
Yeah, with 2 assists. Like, come on,
with 2 assists. But at the same time, some of his shots did rim out. You have to understand that too. Some of his shots did go in and out a little bit in the fourth quarter.
But that's basketball. That happens to every player sometimes.
I know, but what I'm saying is this: your defense was fantastic in the fourth. It's just that the hole you dig yourselves into, and taking the match done for you, it kind of was the difference maker. If the Mavericks do not go on a 27-5 run to be up 16, maybe talk about Clippers 3-2 lead right now. But it is what it is. And the Mavericks too. Look, the Mavs are a good team, but sometimes this team is very streaky. The Mavs are kind of a streaky basketball team sometimes. Like because other than Luka Doncic, you don't know who's going to show up for the Mavericks though. At the same time, you don't know.
And it's so crazy. Like, you can see the Clippers is better than them. Like, you can see.
No, the Clippers are the better team. They are.
Because, like, you see they go on these runs, and the Clippers come right back so easily. But they just wait to the moment to do the dumbest shit.
That's another reason why I think they'll lose the series. That is why I think they'll lose the series. If the game is close, I seen this before. If the game was close, the Clippers would do dumb shit though. I seen this before, man.
bro. Like, bro, I don't know. I think the officiating would be differently. I think Kawhi Leonard's going to attack the rim more, and Kawhi's going to go from 35 to 45 points tomorrow.
If he gets 45 plus, they probably will win. I say like around like 30. I think Kawhi gets around like 30. That's my guess. Paul George. Here's another thing. Paul George has played very well in the series, obviously. But here's the thing: it's an elimination game we're talking about here. Is he going to show up in an elimination game? That's what I'm saying.
I think the way he's been playing, I think he's going to be all right. But, you know, man, yesterday was supposed to have been Paul George's game, man. Just that he ain't getting no fucking calls, bro.
Calls, he had turnovers, and
the way that man was getting hacked was fucking.
He was fouled. I gotta be fair.
Unbelievable, bro.
I gotta be fair, man. But at the same time, man, we just gotta move on here. And also tonight, you also have the Suns trying to rise and shine against the King and the Lakers. And the more I thought about this, LeBron may not be the best player right now. The more I thought about this, because he's looking. How can I describe it? LeBron's looked timid in this series a lot. He's looked timid.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been saying for like 3 years already, he's not the best player no more. It's the media do a lot of manipulation in this man, bro. He's not, because like even like you got people saying, oh, like Luka's good, Trae Young is good, bro. You won't really know who's good until a player play both ends of the fucking floor consistently. And
that's a good point. I agree with
being
that.
being able to put up his buckets and still be efficient at the same time.
Well,
that's when I could that's when I consider you and a fucking elite player.
All right, I want to ask you: do you think Dame is elite? Do you think Damian Lillard's elite player? Because Dame doesn't play defense.
I think Dame. I think he could be, but he has to show on the defensive end, because it's easy to play one side of the ball and like,
but he doesn't play
good. Cheat the game.
True.
Yeah, it's easy to cheat the game, and that's what I'm saying. The players back in the day, like in the early 2000s and the
like
90s,
Kobe, AI a little bit, Gary Payton, Shaq.
Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, whoever you want to name,
Jason Kidd was a good defender. John Stockton was a pretty good defender.
Even a player like Gilbert Arenas, who was a scorer.
Arenas played some good defense.
Yeah, he played defense. Like
even LeBron at times was playing good defense at times. And Wade was a good defender.
Wade was an excellent defender. Like even
great defender.
Even players like who was a even Tracy McGrady used to play defense.
T-Mac was an underrated defender, and you also have Grant Hill, who was a good defender until he got hurt.
Oh, Grant Hill was a great defender. He was a
great defender until he got injuries. Bruce Bowman was a very good defender, perimeter defender.
Like I'm talking about the stars.
Grant Hill had a nice crossover, son.
He did. Crossover, he could hit the three.
What?
And he was athletic too.
Hell yeah.
Well, you had a lot of the early 2000s. Even in the 90s, you had a lot of great offensive players that played fucking defense. Even fucking Steve Nash. Even fucking Steve Nash was playing defense, bro.
No. Nash was not. Nash played a little deep, but he wasn't a great defender.
I said he played defense. I ain't say he was a great defender. I said he played defense.
He did get some steals, though.
Chris Paul was a great defender.
Chris Paul's a great defender by far. We know that.
And like I said, and so it's like, how are we gonna say these players is on these players' level when they don't do the same? These players these players play defense and still score efficiently. And you cannot, like this James Harden shit, bro. Like back in the day, they would never give a nigga like that a fucking MVP. How dare you? I was so mad he got that MVP. I was like, bro, what are we doing? Like,
are we talking about 2018? I'll be fair with James Harden. He kind of did deserve the MVP in 2018. We gotta be objective, though. I mean, nobody had the Rockets win 65 games, and remember, Chris Paul was hurt most of that season, so we gotta be a little bit objective.
He played no defense, bro.
That's true, but like I
He
said,
had,
if you watch the
bro,
season,
that
he
shit
was
is so
he was
bad.
balling.
Bro, that shit is so bad when you have a highlight reel of like 15 minutes of a nigga not playing defense, letting somebody get layups and running past. Like, come on, bro, that shit is crazy, bro.
Hmm
You can't make this shit up. You don't reward no nigga like that. You like, bro,
Oh,
I'm
Hakeem
saying,
Olajuwon was a good defender too. Don't forget Hakeem Olajuwon; he was a good defender.
Yo,
uh-huh.
you're making me laugh now because I remember those defensive those videos when people was running past James Harden, he just looking at them.
Oh yeah, he was, man. Shacked in the
Yo,
fool. You know.
P, back in the day,
Yeah,
yo, P,
just funny.
if this was like 7, 8 years, 10 years ago, well, they would have given this nigga a fucking MVP. Hell no, right?
Probably not,
Well,
man.
okay,
Yeah,
back then I would agree with you. Back then he
you're
was a
making me
good
laugh,
defender.
son.
They not going for that shit.
Karl
James
Malone
Harden
was
was
a good
like
defender.
defense. What's
Don't forget,
defense?
Karl Malone was a very good defender.
I
I
know,
mean, Chris Webber was a
Patrick
pretty good
Ewing,
defender.
but like my
I
thing is
mean,
saying everybody that was a star played defense back in the day. So why we don't hold these same niggas to the same thing, bro?
that is
Like
true
you,
though.
like
Right now, it's a scoring binge. Right now,
I don't, and that shit is whack because it's not about
I could
basketball no more.
I
It's
can
about
answer that question because the NBA changed to make the game just for scoring. They
Mhm.
handicap a lot of defensive players. It's hard to play defense in today's league anyway.
Mhm.
so like
Sean Elliott, good defender. David Robinson, good defender.
so
Yeah.
it's like
Robert
so
Ory,
it's
good
like
defender.
so it's like the players who do get so like
Clyde
the
Drexler,
players
pretty good defender.
Mhm.
so it's like the players who do play defense nowadays. They don't get the credit for playing defense. They don't get no credit.
Uh huh.
Like how you got like a player like
And you
Giannis.
can't be physical anymore. Another thing, too,
Like
to
you
your
got
point, you cannot even be physical. Right now,
yeah,
everything's a touch foul. Everything's a flagrant foul. It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Like you got a player like Giannis, right? But you
Uh,
got fucking James Harden and Damian Lillard and Luka. They get more praise than Giannis.
I agree. It's sad. I
How when
agree.
Giannis is scoring around
And
the
he's
same amount
defending.
as
Giannis is a
them
great
and
defender.
defending? Like how the fuck? Like where do you do that at, bro? Like come on.
Yeah.
And also,
Fucked
I just
up.
think this too. And here's just me though. Many people bash James Harden, and kind of rightfully so. I think Dame gets. I love Dame a little bit. Dame gets way too much credit when he gets way too much credit. I'm sorry, man. Dame is a good player, but he's not a number one option that can lead a team. I gotta be honest though. We've seen it before. He's had too many shortcomings in the playoffs though. Come on, think about this. He's down 3-2 to a Nuggets team that doesn't have Jamal Murray, PG Dozier, and Will Barnes. Think about that. You have CJ McCollum, you have Carmelo Anthony,
See, bro,
Yusuf Nurkic, Norman Powell,
check this
Robert
out.
Covington, and you're down 3-2. What the hell,
Check this
man?
out, bro. I don't put no expectation into Damian Lillard going to the finals. None of that. I don't. That's my personal opinion because
I mean, that's you, man. I mean, that's you. At some point, you got to break through. Look at the Mavericks, for example. 2011, the Mavericks on paper were not supposed to be in the finals, but they broke through because you know why? They had teamwork. And Dirk Nowitzki knew how to make players better. Look, Dame is a great player, but Dame does not make players better, in my opinion.
I mean, listen, bro. I don't put Dame on that level.
I mean,
I
that's
don't.
you. That's you, man.
And like neither should you. He's not on. Come on, bro. Do you expect
I'm
Dame
not
to win?
saying he's Dirk Nowitzki. Of course he's not. I'm just saying is that at some point we can't. Here's what I'm saying. I am not saying it's all his fault, but let's not act as if he doesn't have a team around him. He does have a team around him. Like, look at he
I'm
does.
gonna put
It's
it
true.
like this. I'm like this. Chris Paul was one of my favorite point guards,
Mhm.
but he didn't win a championship. So
That's
I don't
true.
expect a player like Damian Lillard to win.
I didn't
Because
say he has to win a title now. Of course he's not. I didn't
I
say
know
that.
I'm talking about like even go there. I don't
No. At
expect
some point he
I
has
don't
to.
expect him to go there, bro.
I mean, that's you, man. At the end of the day, if Dirk Nowitzki can carry an old Jason Kidd,
Well,
an
that's
older
dirt.
Jason Terry, then at some point, Damian Lillard has to show me they can carry a team to the finals.
Nah, wait, bro. Like Jason Terry wasn't really that old.
I mean, he
Caron
wasn't
Butler.
old, but you get what I'm saying. He wasn't
Nah, like
old, but
Caron Butler was still good.
No,
He
he's
had
good. But remember, Karan Butler did not play in that playoff run. Remember that. I remember this. He was hurt. Check that series. Check that year. He didn't play in the playoffs. He was hurt.
I mean, they had a lot of defense, and they was all right.
They were good. I'm not saying the Mavs were good, but let's not act as if they were supposed to win the title. No one thought that going to that season. Let's be honest. Everybody picked Miami. Or it's true. Check. Everybody picked Miami. It's not always talent. It's yes, you need talent, but you also need to make your teammates better. That's all I'm saying. That's just me personally. If you want to think otherwise, cool for you. But at some point, if Dame wants to show me that he's this super duper player, lead your team to the NBA Finals. Because I cannot keep giving you passes at the passes at the passes. At some point, you have to lead your team. Look at Kawhi and Leonard, for example. Yes, the Warriors were hurt. I get that. But no one picked Toronto to get to the finals. The Raptors virtually traded Valanciunas and DeRozan for an older Gasol and Kawhi, and the Raptors won a championship. Let's just be honest, man. It's about making teammates better.
So you think Dame gets a pass? Are you
He
saying
gets
that?
way too many passes. Yes, he does. He gets way too many passes for people. He does.
Mm.
He gets way. Again, I love Dame. I'm not a hater, but I'm saying is that he gets way too many excuses for losing.
You know
Here's
what?
the-
I think it. Here's why I think. I think his respect level is a little more higher than a lot of people because
True.
he's the number one advocate for not making super teams. So people respect that.
True. I
And
respect
then-
that too.
And
I
then you got even like a guy like Devin Booker. He stayed on the Phoenix Suns, and look, now they're in the playoffs, and they
And
compete.
they're on the verge of advancing.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to take my hat off to a guy that he could have left that Phoenix Suns team
True.
and form a super team, but he didn't.
I'm
He
not
chose
even
to
gonna
stay.
lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like honestly, he should have left that team because I'm not saying to
He
leave
said he
to form
should
a
have
super
left.
team. I'm not saying leave to form a super team, but he
Yeah.
had the right to leave and go to a team where he was gonna make the playoffs because I don't
The
think he's
Suns
gonna
were a
make.
bad franchise. You have a good point.
I don't think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame or nothing. Or his career is
Whoa.
gonna.
You don't think so? I think he might. He
Bro.
might in the future.
This is his first year in the motherfucking playoffs, bro.
I understand that, but he has
He
plenty
been in
more
the-
years. Let's not act. Yeah, but you're acting
Wait,
as if this is last
when
year.
he came in the
more
league,
years.
like when did he come into the league?
2015.
Bro, like 6 years. It took him 6 years to make the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, I understand. Look, D-Book, we're not
Bro.
saying he's perfect. He has a lot of
You
flaws.
get your
but that's
legacy.
what's
No,
wrong.
I'm saying you get your legacy built in the playoffs. There's a couple years
That's a good point. I agree
he
with that.
can miss the playoffs as well instead of make it. Like let's say he go his whole career and he has 5 playoff season runs. That's not enough. 5 seasons in the playoffs.
You have a good point, but like I said, his career is not over.
Huh?
You have a good point. I agree with that point. When I ain't saying that his career is not over. Let's see what he does the rest of his career.
I mean, he's gonna have to win a ring, an MVP, or a scoring title, or something to be.
That can still very well happen.
Yeah, that can. But as far as playoffs, he's not gonna be in the playoffs enough.
Well, it depends where the
He
Suns.
missed 6
or-
years of that.
or-
He missed 6 years of that. That's a lot of years, bro.
That is
Like,
true, though.
and like, how long you think his prime is gonna be for?
Let me see. Devin Booker, how old is he? Let me check.
Like 26.
D Book is 24. He has a lot of years.
Right, he got like 7 years in his prime.
7-8 years around that.
Then
7
who
to
really
8.
knows with injuries and not making the playoffs again? Like I said, that's a lot of years to be missed, bro.
That's true. And hey, Zach thinks that the Hawks would beat the Sixers. What do you think about that? I don't know about that.
No, I don't think so. I think the Sixers beat them. They probably win a couple games even without Embiid, if you ask me.
I just think Atlanta's not experienced enough, and also I don't think they had this. Assuming Embiid does come back in this series, I think he will. I don't know they got the size, man, and the rebounding other than Clint Capella. And also the Sixers have good perimeter defenders like Thibault, Simmons, Danny Green, Harris a little bit. So I don't see the Hawks being the Sixers, but I do think they'll challenge them though.
That's what's up.
I do think they'll challenge them. It would be fun if Atlanta somehow beat Philadelphia. If that were to happen, that would be fun. Even though the Hawks would get blasted by the Nets or Bucks, hey, at least that would be fun. But you gotta give the Atlanta Hawks credit, man. Hey, they took down our New York Knicks in 5 games, so congrats to Atlanta. And hey, did you see Trae Young take a bow in MSG last night to hit that 3?
Say that again.
Remember when Trae Young hit that 3? He took that bow in MSG.
Oh yeah, man. Say, man, he disrespected us. That's all right though. You know, everybody try to showboat in New York because it's New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, we had a great year, man. We overachieved. Julius Randle had an most improved player. You know, RJ Barrett got better. Reggie Bullock.
Go clean up your mess too.
Who's fast? You okay, man? You want to like mute yourself when you talk? Maybe not.
You
okay,
said what?
man?
I couldn't hear you. My bad.
You're fine. You're fine, man. What I'm saying is that I'm a Knicks fan. Prince and I are Knicks fans. We had a very good season. It's just that we're just a superstar and maybe a center away.
Yo,
what do you think?
Yo, we underachieved, so I don't care what nobody says.
I think
underachieved? Why?
No, we overachieved.
Overachieved.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think the Knicks need y'all need like Alonzo Ball
and a Kawhi Leonard.
Nah, not even like a Buddy Hield and a big man.
I like Buddy Hield, but Buddy Hield's way too inconsistent. Yes, he can shoot the ball, but he's way too streaky sometimes.
I'm saying, check this out. Y'all got some good pieces. Remember, RJ Barrett is going to be getting better.
Oh, that's true.
Y'all got Obi Toppin is going to be getting better. Y'all just need Lonzo Ball, a defensive passive point guard that can hit some open threes. And like a Buddy Hield in the Eastern Conference is like an all-star in the Eastern Conference. That's going to open up the floor for y'all well. Y'all don't need a real ball-dominant player. Somebody like Buddy Hield that's going to fit right in, knock down threes. Y'all niggas going to be like a second seed, third seed, first. Especially all that youth and energy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't need a superstar. Them pieces right there, remember, y'all going to have developing stars. RJ Barrett probably be an all-star.
True, I hear that.
Obi Toppin, Buddy Hield, that's what y'all need. Probably even fucking Lonzo on the Knicks could be an all-star.
Possible. That's very, very possible.
If y'all going to go all out and get a real superstar, then y'all just need just 1 point guard and you know, like 1 point guard and 1 star, like fucking Brandon Ingram would be good for y'all. A wing that could defend, score sometime, get the job out from 20 to 24 points a game.
Word.
You already got Julius there.
Yeah. He will. Yeah, you have a good point. And, you know, you got to give also Coach Thibodeau credit. I know Coach Thibs may be stubborn sometimes, but Coach Thibs did bring good culture to the team.
Honestly, the Knicks beat themselves because if I was them, they should have let Trae Young do whatever the fuck he want to do and just defended the other players. Like, one player can't beat y'all. Let Trae Young go for 60, 70, 80 if he will.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody else is killing y'all. 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, Bogey, Gallinari, Hunter, Capella was
y'all too focused on trying to stop that one nigga and everybody else is open. Fuck him. Let him go get his points.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let him go get his buckets.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got a better chance to let him get his buckets. Can he score 100 points a game? Can he score 100 a game?
Wait, what?
I said, can Trae Young score 100 points in a game?
In the future, probably not. No, I don't see 100 points.
But I'm just saying now in this series against y'all, can he score 100?
No, absolutely not. 100 points.
All right, so let that nigga get his buckets and just defend the other players.
No. You have a good point. So, you have any predictions for tonight? I think the Blazers and the Lakers force a game 7. What do you guys think?
Ooh, good one, man. It's backs against the wall.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have the Lakers winning tonight, man. I can't see them losing this game without
At
it going
home?
to 7 games.
Okay.
Because I think the league would definitely want 7 games.
The NBA is going to try to fix that game a little bit. And what about the Nuggets and Blazers? I got the Blazers
You
forcing the game
said
7.
who gonna try to fix the game? You said G. Ooh.
The red. I can kind of see where this game is gonna go.
I was just about
The
to
NBA, listen. The NBA does not want the Suns to advance.
Why
Bro,
are
the
we
NBA
saying,
just.
bro? It's crazy that we even got to have this conversation.
I gotta
That's
be
how
honest.
you know is shit is fucked up in the league.
The
Like,
NBA is rigged sometimes. I'm
yeah,
not.
it is.
It's rigged sometimes, man. I gotta be honest. The NBA,
I use a different word. I say I don't think it's rigged. I think it's organized because they play
Organized.
They play favorites towards certain people. Just make it try to easier for them. So sometimes you have to go up against calls and the team itself because calls aren't going to be in your favor.
You just gotta play through it.
Yep, I don't suspect Phoenix Suns to get favorable calls tonight.
Oh,
Let's
they
put
won't.
it that way.
And I agree. And also, I think the NBA does not want the Suns to advance. I can tell, though. It's like, think about this. They want to create this narrative. Oh, LeBron trying to become the first 7 seed, the Lakers to win. Oh, I can tell how the league's going to try to do this. It's a matter of, can the Phoenix Suns have enough toughness to go through the rest? And also, who do you guys have the Blazers and Nuggets game tonight? I got Portland forcing in game 7. You?
Yeah, I got Portland forcing the game 7 too, man. That Dame Dollar performance though,
He was
man,
big. He was big.
man. But that was some shooting display, man.
That was awesome,
I got to give him credit on that. Man.
That was amazing, man. I gotta be fair. Dame, I gotta give him an A. I gotta give him a million A's. He was awesome. He did a good job with the playmaking and his 3-ball. He was on point, man. He was lining it up.
Where does that stand with individual playoff performances for you?
Probably like top 10, top 15 around that. I still think there's better performances because teams have won the game. But I'm saying is that for me, around top 15, top 20, that just means slightly though. I gotta be fair though. If you're dropping 55 and 10 and hitting the clutch dagger, I gotta give him his props, man.
Yo, let me ask you a question, bro. Like, did I realize the Dallas and Clippers game, right? When I watched Dallas, bro, they had that shit was filled up with fans. Filled up.
I watched that. What
are
you talking about the match? Are you talking about in Dallas or in LA?
In Dallas. They said it was filled up with fans to the max, bro.
Their fans are gonna be crazy, man. Watch.
Yeah, bro. But then I watched the Clippers game, bro.
It's all cutouts.
Yo, bro, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, is this even legal? Like,
that's another thing too. Sometimes,
bro, that shit is not even fair, bro. Like,
that is stupid. That looks stupid. It's like,
bro,
are we in a baseball game or something? Like, really,
bro? How do you saying how Dallas get to have all their fans there and the Clippers don't?
I don't know, man. I guess because maybe Dallas COVID regulations. That's probably my guess.
Some niggas is not vaccinated down. You know, Southern niggas, they be having sex with their own cousins and shit. You know, them cousins.
Yo, seriously, bro. Let's not. Let's just go to basketball.
Texas niggas is different. That niggas be eating chitlins with chitlins with hot sauce and shit.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. So what you're saying is that the Clippers should have real fans in the stands. I agree though.
It's just a fucking marriage, dude. That's
even the Jazz fans have a lot of fans, bro.
That's a fucking advantage, right or wrong. That's an advantage.
I agree because your fans help you give you the boost you need. Yes, the fans play a part of the thing. So yes. I'm surprised the fans did not help a team like the Miami Heat a little bit because Miami looked like kind of a bubble team a little bit this year. What do you thought? What did you think? Miami looked like a bubble team a little bit, like because last year they played without fans like everybody else and took advantage. This year they played with fans, look like a G League team out there.
Right. And yo, also I add on to what Hoop Facts was saying. The reason why there's lack of fans in California, they're busy on the beach and doing stuff. I mean, it's California. That's why. You know, most people in Texas it's most fairly a boring state, and they're more into sports than people in California. To be honest with you,
Pretty
That
much.
nigga-
football's big in Texas.
Mhm.
Yeah, just about every sport is big in Texas, man. Everything big in Texas. So,
Mhm.
Them niggas be on the mess at the games and all that.
Word.
Facts,
Beefed up.
facts. But usually, it's rare you see basketball. It's rare you see basketball NBA stands have cutouts. Unless you're watching a baseball MLB game, it's rare you see basketball stands have a cutout. The only other place that did that was Moda Center in Portland at the time until they changed everything. So, what do you think, Who's Fact? You think we get game sevens? I think we get two of them come Saturday.
I don't know, man. I know the Clippers. They better fucking win tomorrow.
I don't
And
see
the
it.
Lakers,
Uh-huh.
man, shit. I mean, honestly, the Lakers. Listen. LeBron James sucks so much, bro. I don't think he's gonna win.
Relax. LeBron may not be the old LeBron of old, but he doesn't suck. Let's chill a little bit, man.
Bro, that nigga be stat patting, bro.
He does that pad. That's true. I'll give you that. He does.
That nigga sucks now. I think even with the cheat mode, they still gonna lose. That's how bad they look.
Wow. And so you think the Suns advanced today? Okay. What about the Nuggets and Blazers? You think that's going seven? You think it's over for Portland?
I don't even know. But to be honest, I don't be watching that shit.
I will be.
I can't even say. To be honest, I don't
Hey, yo,
watch
who? Yo, somebody in the comment section say Texas is funny. Well, he said you funny because he said Texas got half-breed cousins.
I told you, I mean, it's crazy down there.
Oh, man.
Them niggas be taking their cousins to the prom and all that, all types of crazy shit.
Yeah, Texas is like
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
yeah, that's Texas.
Right.
Nigga, that Chainsaw Massacre shit is real. As soon as I heard, I said, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, Texas could be a different scene for somebody from an urban environment. Yeah, I mean, you'd be like, get me out of here, man. So yeah,
Them niggas live it up different in Texas, like for me.
word.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So who's the player of the game today for all these games? Who's going to put on
What I think is going to have a big game tonight for
the biggest game?
Biggest game. I think either Joker has a big game. I think they may cool off a little bit. Don't sleep on CJ McCollum. CJ may have a big game tonight. Don't sleep on him tonight. So
I think Norman Powell will have a decent game.
okay.
Right.
And don't sleep on Michael Porter. Michael Porter can go off tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, he could, man. It's going to be a big night, man. But wait, if the Lakers go home tonight, man, the NBA going to be pissed off.
And the Suns and Lakers, so I think will have a monster game. D-Book will have a big game. Don't sleep on Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne's been very, very good in this series.
You know who remind me of Lou Will?
Cam Payne.
Yeah, remind me of Lou Will. Like
And
they play like.
And for the Lakers, if I had to choose one other than maybe LeBron may have a big game, who knows? This may sound crazy, but hear me out. This may be a game for Kyle Kuzma to step up at some point.
That's a good point. Yeah, Zach got the Suns winning tonight too.
If AD doesn't play, I would agree. If he plays, depending how he looks, I think they lose. In my opinion, Phoenix got to close the series out tonight. You do not want a game 7.
Yes, you know a funny part about this on paper, the Lakers shouldn't need AD to beat the Suns though, right?
That is a good point too. But that's true. Because if LeBron is this, like you said, the best player in the world, then you should be able to advance.
Yeah, you add that so-called that with multiple guys that could score double digits, y'all should get the win.
Exactly. And people talk about AD being hurt, but Chris Paul's not healthy. Do people forget he has a shoulder injury? It's like, this is why I hate narratives with people. Oh, AD's hurt. Why about Chris Paul? He has a shoulder injury. He's barely playing in fourth quarters anymore. He's hurt, man.
The fact that he wasn't that much of a big effect on that blowout anyway. He only had 9 points. I mean, the way it looked like, I thought he had like 20 or something, because in my mind, I kept seeing him score. I was like, is Chris Paul getting hot? He getting hot, but he didn't do that much scoring as I thought he would.
That's true, but that's true, man. And like I said, Even DeAndre Ayton has been phenomenal. DeAndre Ayton, man, he has been big time for the Suns in the playoffs, man. If the Suns do advance out of this series, I think they'll get to the Western Conference Finals. What do you think if they win this series?
Whoa. Who would they play next again if they
Denver or Portland?
Yes, right, Denver or Portland. No, bro, I don't think they get past the second round if that's the case. I think the injuries would take that toll on them. No, okay. I think Denver beats them. I got Denver advancing, but I got Denver beating the Suns if they meet them in the second round.
Wow. So you're saying that the Nuggets without Jamal Murray and Will Burton will get to the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, because look, this team always been deep. This Denver Nuggets team has always been a good team, man. They got a lot of multiple guys that can score, you know.
True.
And yeah, I mean, I can see it. That just goes to show you how scary that team could potentially be in the future if they all learn how to play together.
And that's true. And we all could agree. And I want to ask you, do you think the Jazz would beat the Clippers or the Mavs? I say yes. The Clippers are too streaky for me, and the Mavericks.
Yeah, I think the Jazz beat both. But I think Luka would give them problems though. Luka would have a lot of high scoring games, you know. But what I'm worried about if I'm Dallas against Utah is the supporting cast. I think that Utah has a better supporting cast.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. And you know how hard it is to play at Salt Lake City? It's very hard to play in that building. In Salt Lake City, it's tough, man. Who do you think, assuming the Lakers do go home early, who do you think comes out the West if the Lakers lose early?
Ooh, if the Lakers lose early, I got to go with the Jazz. And it's kind of by default, to be honest with you, because I don't see nobody outside of the Jazz going to the finals if it wasn't the Lakers or Clippers. That was my 1 and 2.
I get it. I get it because you're saying that the Suns are still young. You're saying that, you know, the Nuggets, even though you think they're a deep team, you don't think salute Bistro. You don't
salute.
You don't think that they're healthy enough. And the Blazers, we all could agree that even though Portland has a lot of talent, they don't have the IQ to go far. So it's pretty much. If the Lakers lose tonight, you're saying that the Jazz already won the Western Conference, I guess, right?
Pretty much, yeah, because it's by default. There's nobody else to pick. The Clippers would be gone. The Lakers would be gone. And, you know, the Jazz on paper is the best suited team to go to the finals.
Do you think if let's put a what if we had a Utah Brooklyn NBA Finals, I want to ask both of you guys, how long do you think that series would go if that were to happen? A Jazz Nets Finals.
Nets in 6 games.
What do you think, Bistro, if that were to happen?
It's going to be the Jazz versus the Hawks in the finals.
No. Bro, Atlanta's going to the NBA Finals?
Yes.
No, be serious. No, be serious.
You gotta be joking. You gotta be joking. B-Star, are you serious? Are you joking?
Are you serious, man?
It's going to be the Jazz versus the Hawks.
Okay, Utah probably. Why is it? Give me a good reason why Atlanta's going to the NBA Finals.
If Embiid is hurt, they got to be concerned the Sixers and.
And if they get past Philly, they have to play Brooklyn or Milwaukee. Tell me how they could beat both teams.
Well, the Hawks gave them Nets trouble in the regular season.
That doesn't matter. That's regular season. I'm talking about playoffs.
Will they be able to guard the Hawks though? That's the thing.
And would the Hawks guard the Nets?
Depends if they're ready.
Okay, let's say
there's nobody on that Hawks team stopping those 3 guys.
I don't think you have Brooklyn. You have Joe Harris that can shoot the free, put the ball on the floor. You got Claxton that's athletic, DeAndre Joy. Blake Griffin's look pretty good. So, again, the Nets are not unbeatable. We're not saying that. Brooklyn's beatable. That Atlanta, I don't think they have the experience to beat Brooklyn.
I'm not going to get offended.
Wow.
But let's say Milwaukee gets there. Tell me how the Hawks are beating the Bucks 4 out of 7 times. The Bucks look good, man. That team is deep.
Oh, that's definitely true.
So how's Atlanta going to the finals?
No, I'm just waiting for that finals.
I would love to see the Hawks in the finals for the Jazz. I'll be honest with you, man. Utah winning 5 games. I like Atlanta, but Utah winning 5 games, man. I don't see Atlanta have a real shot against Utah. Utah's too deep for Atlanta.
Word. Yo, Tay, we can hear you.
Salute, Tay. You have an echo.
Yeah.
Tay, you there? He was here just like
Yeah.
30 minutes. He was here for like 30 minutes flat. You
We're less
you know,
than y'all are.
you just missed him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, who's fast just poof, went away. So, so Tay, you think the series is over? You think the Mavericks will advance?
They could if Luka plays good last night.
And also the role players. Don't forget the role players too.
I'm telling you right now, the role players, the Mavs can match up with the Clippers. I'm telling you right now.
They do, man. The Mavs do match well. They have the shooting. The problem with the Clippers, to me, this team lacks mental toughness sometimes, man. The Clippers, to me, they lack focus sometimes, man. I'm sorry, man. It's like you don't know which team's going to show up in a given night. How do you look so good in Dallas and you come at home and then you get your butt kicked, then you're fighting back, and then you don't get it done? I don't get it, though. It doesn't make any sense. And
Yo, B,
yeah? Go ahead,
hold on for a minute. Yo, Bistro, what we get for LeBron tonight?
A W.
No, I'm talking about just his performance, though.
Oh, over 30.
Okay, yeah, he's going to need that. So if
I
he
will
could
say
get
this though. If
What's
the
up?
Lakers do win today, I do think Game 7 will be like. You remember how the Cavs and the Celtics were in 2018? Game 7. It's going to be like that. Like I think it's going to be really low scoring because, especially if the Lakers get off to a good start, that's when the Suns are going to feel all the pressure. Because I think LeBron's going to like slow the pace down in Game 7 if the Lakers win today.
Okay.
But if LeBron don't drop 30 or more points, I think it's easy to say they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And also, I need Dennis Scrollum to step up.
He would step up if LeBron put the pressure. It starts with him. He's going to have wide open layups to the basket.
Right.
If LeBron puts the pressure on him, because they're going to. Here's what's happening. They're going to triple team LeBron. LeBron's going to pass the ball out. So all you have to do is cut to the basket for layups or wide open shots. If you can't knock that down, you don't deserve to be a professional basketball
if he plays.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna call Dan Scrollum today. His name's gonna be Dan Scrollum until
he plays well. That's what you're saying? Until he plays well.
He would play well, but he's not the guy that you need to set it off. It all starts and ends with LeBron.
That is true, though. And also, if the Lakers want to have any shot to come back and win this series, this team really needs to play. This team needs to get into transition. I'm seeing this team playing slow basketball.
I'm counting AD out, Tay, because he's not playing. So we can't talk about Anthony Davis no more until we get confirmation that he's actually playing.
Yeah, sure.
So you got to play with what you got. So it's LeBron and the boys.
Pretty much, man. And if you're the Phoenix Suns, you want to end this series tonight. You do not want a Game 7. Because here's the thing. Other than Chris Paul and maybe Jay Crowder, and Torrey Craig, they don't have a lot of experience in the Game 7, though. So that's one thing. You want to end this tonight. And if you're the Suns, too, assuming Portland and Denver go 7, if you win tonight, you may not play until Monday or Tuesday. So you got to have a lot of rest if you end this series tonight.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good for both teams because both teams need it. But it'd be even more better for the Lakers because they could rest Anthony Davis more. And I think Anthony Davis will play if there's a Game 7.
Oh, I agree with that. Oh, absolutely. If he goes again, he's going to play. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Do or die Game 7. Fighting for your season. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's up, London? London in the house. What's up, Higgins? He says LeBron has more to lose than Kawhi Leonard.
Debatable. I say slightly Kawhi.
Me too. You know why? Because the Lakers already bought a chip to LA.
Exactly. Kawhi is a beast, but Kawhi Leonard hasn't won a chip yet. If he loses in the first round this year, that'll be embarrassing for him.
Oh, yeah.
Especially to a team that you knocked off last year.
Yeah, just giving credence to if Porzingis played,
Exactly.
So we gotta see it. But yeah, man.
Porzingis is on Lucas' side.
Yeah. What?
I think Lucas will probably get the Jazz problem.
The Mavs? You think? I think they can take the Jazz.
Will get the Jazz problems.
I agree with that. But if that series were to happen, how long do you think that series would go? I say Jazz in 6 around that. You?
Or 7. Nah, I got Jazz for 7.
You know,
That's not bad. It's possible.
yeah, if history plays itself out and repeats itself, remember in 2011 the Mavericks won the first game one of the series, and they went on to win the championship. Imagine if this Mavs team goes on to win the championship.
That would be crazy.
They beat everybody. Then they go on to beat the Brooklyn Nets in the finals. And Brooklyn Nets have that big three like Miami Heat had. And the Mavs.
That would
imagine that.
If the Mavericks go from being a first round exit into winning a title this year, this championship to me would it's arguable, better than the 2011 Mavs title. It's arguable.
Oh, yeah. It'll be up there, bro. It'll be up there.
Because look at the team they have to go up against. Look at this. They would beat the LA Clippers. Then you have to play the Utah Jazz. Then the conference final, you might play either the Denver Nuggets or more likely the Phoenix Suns. And then if you play the Brooklyn Nets in the finals and you win, I don't think they'll win the title, but I don't think the Mavs will win it. But if they somehow do, the Mavericks could be the next dynasty. Don't be surprised that if they were to win this year. I don't think they would, but if the Mavericks do win the chip, they could be the next dynasty. What do you guys think?
I don't know about dynasty. I would say it's more like a one and done thing, but they'll be a contending team, but I don't think they'll win next year. I think
I'm not saying that.
Oh, what you saying? You saying like dynasty? That means they're gonna win more than one, though.
I'm not saying they will be a dynasty. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think they'll win this year. I don't think they'll win it. I got Utah coming out the way things look right now. Unless something changes with the Lakers, I think the way it looks, it probably be the Jazz and the Nets in the finals. But I'm just
that would be the West Finals because the Jazz will easy. That would be the West Finals because the Nets will easily sweep the Jazz.
Oh, the Nets would sweep the Jazz. Relax, man. But no way. They'll not sweep Utah. Relax, bro.
No, they're gonna sweep the Jazz. Wow.
They're not sweeping the Jazz, bro. Do you understand how? Okay, who's gonna start Donovan Mitchell? I got the Nets winning, but who's gonna start Donovan Mitchell? Bro,
probably James Harden. I don't know about it.
Oh my God, James Harden can start Donovan Mitchell? You crazy?
James Harden's 2-0 against Donovan Mitchell.
Bro, I know Harden's better. Listen. Your acting. Listen, I picked Brooklyn to beat Utah if that were to happen. I'm just saying that Utah also has a great defense. You do understand the Jazz can shoot threes too, right? Not just the Nets.
Right,
and they have a defense too. So how are they sweeping Utah? Tell me.
Who's gonna stop KD, Kyrie, or Harden? Because them motherfuckers can ball.
No, I know that, bro. I just picked Brooklyn to win the series. Didn't you hear me? But who's gonna stop Rudy Gobert? Who's gonna stop the Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert pick and roll?
Oh, it's gonna be tough. If DeAndre Jordan plays, I don't know. I can't see DeAndre Jordan play. He might get cut by Gobert.
Exactly, and also who's gonna stop Jordan Clarkson?
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Probably the next role. Some next role for probably stop him. Some of them, but not all of them, could stop him. Well, good tonight. I got a feeling that the NBA is not gonna let the Lakers miss the first round. I got a feeling about this game.
Okay, and what about Portland and Denver? Do you think it's a game 7, or you think Denver advances tonight?
Yeah, I think it'll be a game 7 if CJ shows up. CJ McCollum got to show up.
I like CJ. CJ's way too inconsistent. I'll be fair. CJ's been way too inconsistent. He was terrible in Game 5. He has to show up, though. He has to show up, yeah.
And a shooter got to show up as well. That just
LeBron. I agree with that, too.
You know what? You know what's so sad? You know what's so sad about all of this?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about basketball, and instead of just saying the Lakers will win the game, we're saying if the referees in the NBA let the Lakers win. What has basketball come down? What has basketball come down to? Do you realize the magnitude of what we're saying?
I mean, I don't want the refs. I want a clean game. I don't want no organizing.
Because
y'all
say that.
That just goes to show you how much we trust the NBA.
Bro, be honest, man. The NBA is going to try to. Bro, I can tell the NBA does not want the Suns to advance. I can tell. Look at the signs, though. They don't want it. They want LeBron AD to move on. I can tell.
Watch.
Because look at the
I'm telling you right
storyline.
now, Bistro. The NBA is not gonna let LeBron miss on losing in the first round. I'm telling you right
All I
now.
gotta say is this: if you
I'm
guys
telling
get
y'all
the
right
exact same
now.
energy for every year of the NBA, then that's what I gotta say. Because
I didn't
it's
say
been like,
Because it's
it has
politics.
been for the last 5 years.
Because
So
it's
it's been for a
money
long
on the
time.
line. You got to understand. It's politics. Because it's money on the line.
Okay, Bistro, be honest. Does the NBA fix games sometimes? Be honest. Do they fix games sometimes?
Some like
They do fix
I think like
games.
just 3 or 4, like not even like not as much as people think it is.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Only like 3 or 4 games? What?
If there's 3 or 4, then that means there's more.
Wait, what? Come on.
If you think there's 3 or 4, there got to be more than at that point.
Well,
But that just goes. But look, that just goes to show you though the trust that we have in today's NBA. What
Like,
could the NBA do to get our trust back? Because we're sitting here talking instead of just saying the best team win. We're talking about the referees.
No, you guys are talking about the referees. I'm not.
Watch, I'm telling you right now. The referees, so the refs, they gonna call us some bullshit ass calls for LeBron James. Watch, just watch.
But
Watch tonight game.
if you're the Suns, to be fair with Bistro, if you're the Suns, you gotta play through the calls. You can't let the referees get involved. You gotta play through the calls here.
Yeah.
You gotta play through the calls and execute.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Blazers they're gonna force a game 7 and beat Denver at their home.
No, they're not, bro. They're not winning in Denver. Get out of here, though. They're not gonna win in Denver. No way, man.
They did it for it. They did it for it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna win game. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna win game 7 there, bro. You're telling me the potential MVP in Nikola Jokic is gonna allow his team to go out like that in a game 7 at home? No way, man. I'm sorry. I think
everything could happen. You never know it. Everything could happen.
It could happen, but it won't happen. Go ahead, Bistro.
I will say if the Lakers and Blazers win today, I think the Clippers win tomorrow. I think that's when the NBA will let the Clippers win because I think if you get 3 games,
that's true. Good point.
I think the NBA will want that, even if the Lakers lose or not. I think
don't
have
the
3
Clippers
games
have to win tomorrow.
That's a good point too. You have a good point, Bistro, because the NBA does want that Lakers Clippers conference fund. They still want that, so. I don't think we'll get it this year. I don't think we'll get it. Though. I don't.
Don't the Clippers need to win tomorrow? They got somebody to stop Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic he be fucking the Clippers ass up.
Well, that was for 3 quarters. So you gotta use context though. That was 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, the Clippers have to contain them a little bit. Bro, you have to, watch the games. I'm watching the games. Look, Luka has played great, but at the same time, the Clippers have contained them a little bit in the 4th quarter. It's just that they also got to stop the role players, though.
Contain them a little bit.
Like Tim Hardaway. They
couldn't stop the Mavs role players. Tim Hardaway, man, he might be better than his daddy.
Well, you can make a case. Tim Hardaway? What? The old daddy? For the Miami Heat? Relax, man. No.
Yo, Bistro.
Probably not shoot.
Yeah, Philly say salute. Comment section.
Salute.
Philly and Bistro squash their beef.
Hey, Prince, I'm glad you spelled Jason Willock again.
Oh yeah, I had to, man. You know, this guy is crazy.
Is a fucking clown. I can't stand that guy.
What happened with Jason Whitlock? I don't really pay attention to him. What happened? What did he say?
Okay, you know his career went down the dump since he lost, since he went with left Fox Sports.
Right.
So now he's talking about Jalen Rose is like a coon or a sellout for marrying Molly Quinn. Like what the hell is that? Yeah, that's just flat out stupid, man.
What?
You know, isn't this the same guy that criticized Kobe?
What's that have to do?
Is this the same guy that criticized Kobe Bryant after his final game?
Not just criticize Kobe, he criticized all black people, but he's gonna sit there and say, call another man a sellout.
I don't. After what I heard, I do not respect
Jason Willock. Jason Willock is a Trump supporter. That's why.
Is a what?
He's a Trump supporter. That's why.
Relax, man. Relax. We don't know what he supports. Relax, bro. He may be a clown or an idiot or a
He's a
bad person, like
coon.
you said, Prince or a coon, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about him being a Trump supporter. I won't go that far. I don't know his whole life, so I won't go that far.
Mm.
So I don't. After what I heard from you guys and watched a few videos here and there, I don't really respect Whitlock that much. But I don't know about him being a Trump supporter. But I do understand that he's not a great analyst, though. I agree, he's not a great analyst, and
Everything is narrative driven or
narrative driven BS. Yeah,
it's just nonsense. You know, I'm glad he's not on big platforms anymore. But now he has to resort to going hanging out with YouTubers now. But at once upon a time, he called us the bottom of the barrel. But now you with us in the so-called bottom of this barrel. So now you're doing all this clout chasing stuff for nonsense.
It's crazy. And also, what kills me with certain analysts today, they don't really break the game down like they used to. Back then, when you had your NBA on NBCs or the old NBA on TNTs, they broke the game down very, very well and were objective. Now, I'm hearing narrative-driven BS, and people listen to this garbage.
Nope, that's crazy, man. But yo, man, I'm about to be up out of here, man. I salute all you guys for showing up. But yo, G Money.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing when you come on here, man, because you like a good narrator. I hate podcasts or live stream when they got like multiple people talking over each other and nobody get a word in. You know, it's good that, sometimes you coming in as a moderator and, you let this guy talk, let that guy talk. I like that,
You're welcome, man.
Because we got enough time to get everybody to get off their opinion.
Exactly.
So appreciate you for that, man.
You're welcome, man. And like you said, man, even though there's some opinions I do not respect, there's some opinions I try my best to try to open my mind to, because I want to see if they can have a good argument to back up what they're telling me. But like you said, man, we got to learn to let people talk sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep, man. Yeah. All right, man. Salute.
Salute.
And salute everybody in the chat. We out, man. Peace.